Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about a YouTube channel that goes by the name H3H3. Now this is a husband and wife team. They're a huge YouTube channel. They do a lot of comedy. They've got a podcast. I've been watching them for a long time. Everything is created by Ethan and Hila Klein. They're a husband and wife team, and they're really funny and they're really nice, and everything just seems really normal. At least I thought that was the case until one day I was watching one of their videos and I noticed something really strange. But before I get into that though, let me give you a bit of background just so you know what I'm talking about here. So if you look into the channel, something that I found was right here. Ethan Klein, born June 24th, 1985, is the main protagonist in the H3H3 universe. So I guess they have their own universe, I guess. But the word protagonist I thought was kind of weird because it's not always the case, but oftentimes the protagonist refers to like the hero, which I thought that was a weird way of wording it because generally if there's a protagonist, there's also an antagonist, which oftentimes is like the problem or the bad guy. So I didn't know why they use that wording, but I just thought it was kind of weird. Then I also found this information here. And it says Ethan has a mild case of Tourette syndrome, meaning that he does not randomly spew out words, but occasionally his face will move suddenly because of Tourette's-induced tics in his face. So I thought, okay, well, that's not that weird. I'm sure lots of people have things like that, and it's not really a big deal, until I was watching one of the videos one day, and I felt like the tics that he was doing were trying to say something. So I took them and I lined them all up in a row, and I realized that if you convert it to Morse code, you get this message. So, please help, Hila has kidnapped me, Vape Nation. So I thought, maybe that's weird. Maybe it's a coincidence or something that the tics just happened to perfectly create that message using Morse code. But what are the chances of that, you know? So I thought, I'm going to look a little further into their past sort of as a couple and see if I can uncover anything else. So I find this information that says in 2007, while Ethan was on a trip to Israel, he just happened to meet Hila on this trip, who was nearby in the military. So they were on the same trip, and they unexpectedly met at this museum. Now I find a news article from the same time that says police are trying to find a missing man in Israel, Jerusalem, exactly where they were. So this man goes missing at the exact same time that they meet. So now I come to the conclusion that I believe that Hila has kidnapped Ethan and is holding him hostage and forcing him to do all this YouTube podcast stuff. Now maybe you're thinking, how does she have the ability to do all this stuff? How could she kidnap a full-grown man and hold him hostage? That seems like it'd be hard to do. Well, let's talk about her for a second. First of all, we know that she is a very creative person. Even on their website, they have prints available of her artwork. There's actually some really cool artwork on here. So we know that she's very crafty and she can make things, and she has a big imagination. Also, if we look a little further, we see that, as I mentioned, she served in the military for a couple of years. She also attended the Shenkar College of Engineering and Design in Israel. So this girl's not only educated in engineering and design and can make things and she's creative, she's also fully military trained. So I don't know if this kidnapping is caused by some sort of PTSD from military stuff. I don't know what it is, but you're probably thinking, okay, so she's got all these abilities and skills. She's like a Batman villain. What does that prove though? How would that help her? Well, take a look at this image here. Now, this is an image from their podcast where the two of them were live, and I was watching this, and it looks fairly normal, except for that if you look at Ethan's back, you will notice it looks like there's a chunk taken out of his back. And I was watching this thinking, why is there a piece missing out of him? And then I realized when something's missing like that, it's generally caused by a green screen effect. So green screen is when they want to make a fake background, which is something that she would probably have experience in with all of her engineering and design schooling and all of her art stuff and all that. But what happens is when you wear something green in front of a green screen, it looks like it's invisible because it blends in with the green screen effect. So I think what happened here was that Ethan put like a strip of green tape on his back as a way of trying to get somebody to notice that something's not right, and put it on his back obviously so she couldn't see it, and I just happened to notice it, so message received. Now, I used some science and technology to remove the green screen effect from this image, and this is what I see. So pretty alarming. As you can see here, Hila has created some sort of contraption here using her engineering abilities. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a red button in front of her, and that leads to some kind of cord, and then there's some gears and some pulley systems, and it's attached to a sledgehammer aimed right at his face. So if you're wondering why doesn't he just say something while they're live on camera, I think he knows that if he does, she will push this button, and that'll be a sledgehammer in the face for him. And she used her art abilities to paint this thing green, so it blends in with the green screen effect. So you can't even see it when the green screen's turned on. So then I started thinking, well, you know what? I mean, they seem very happy as a couple, and other than him being kidnapped, maybe he's actually better off this way, because, you know, if you've ever seen him in public, when she lets him out in public, it almost appears that he doesn't know how to function in society like a regular person. So maybe he's actually better off just being kidnapped by her. Well, I was wrong, because I came across another image of the situation that he's living in when the cameras are off and they're at home. And as you can see here, he's being forced to live in this cage in a diaper. So who knows how long she's putting him in this diaper and making him wait in this cage when they're not on camera. So all this happy relationship and him being treated well by her could just be completely fake for all we know. So I kept looking and I kept digging, and I ended up coming across their merchandise page where they sell all kinds of cool shirts and things like that. And I'm able to pull up a shirt that was originally on the merchandise page when they first started the merchandise page, but has been removed since, I think by Hila, because I think that it possibly gives a little bit too much insight into the lifestyle that they are living behind camera. So there's an image of that shirt right here. So this shirt was removed, as I said, from the website. This is a photo of the two of them that they put on this shirt. And I think it's pretty obvious why they had that removed. People probably started asking questions and started getting concerned. So after that, I started doing some math just to try and find some more information that could confirm these findings. So let me show you that here. Ethan was born on July 24th, 1985, and Hila was born on December 12th, 1987. If you subtract 1987 from 1985, it gives you 2. Now, their Twitter page has currently sent out 6,799 tweets. So if we divide 6,799 by 2, the difference in their age, it gives us 3,399. And if we look up that number, we find Norpo 3399 unbleached baking paper, which is 73 square feet long, and that's available on Amazon. So 73 square feet long, 1973. The book The Bullbuster came out in 1973 in Israel, where she served her military time. Now that movie was directed by George Obadiah. Now Eran Kolarin was born in 1973, the same year that movie came out, and she's also a movie director from Holon, Israel. Now guess who else is from Holon, Israel? Hila Klein. Now the word Holon also means something that is simultaneously a whole and a part. Now that term is used in the book The Ghost in the Machine, which was written in 1967, and that word can be found on page 48. If you take 1967 and add 48, it gives you 2015. And guess what else came out in 2015? A book called How to Successfully Kidnap Strangers. So as you can see, it's not hard to make these connections and figure out what's going on here. And obviously Ethan needs some kind of help, or he wouldn't be giving out all these messages and putting, you know, secret tape on his back to try and get people to notice and speaking in Morse code, giving out these cries for help. So I'm not sure what to do from this point. I'm just going to keep watching, and hopefully if Ethan gives out another message, I can confirm it, and then I'll take action. But I just hope that he's okay for now at least, and I hope that I'm not in any danger now for exposing this, because it appears that she is a somewhat dangerous person. So I guess we'll see. But anyways, I just want to say thanks again to everybody for watching, and thank you to my subscribers who continue to be active in the comments, including Cloud Connection, who says all of these puns. There's actually one pun per video, I believe, so far. And I think even if people just stop watching these videos altogether, I'll probably keep making them just to see what the next pun is going to be. But anyways, if you like these videos, and don't mind sharing them on Twitter or Facebook or whatever you have, that would greatly help me out, because the more people that see this video, the better chance that Ethan will be saved. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.